Hi, so you're looking at our Leica Viva TS15 total station. Fantastic. Really hope you like what you see. Now, this total station has allowed us to put me inside SmartWorx. If you look around, you can see that the frame around me is actually SmartWorx Viva. That's because this has a camera. But I don't want you to think of it just as a camera. It's much more than that. It's truly imaging integrated to SmartWorx Viva. Even if you don't use this total station, even if you don't have a camera, you can still use this imaging throughout the SmartWorx software, but more on that later. Currently, you're watching me thanks to the live view coming through this total station. That's a view of what the total station sees, either on the total station screen or on the CS field controller screen. But more than just a live view, you can actually capture still images. Okay, so once you've captured an image, you can sketch on it if you want, then you can store it, linking it to objects within your job. Capture, sketch, link. It really is as easy as that. Actually, if you come with me into the software right now, we can take a look at these image notes.
Okay, so I realise that I haven't introduced myself yet. I am Richard Ostrich, and I work in the application team working on the SmartWorx Viva software. So hopefully, I should make a good tour guide as we go through image notes. You will have noticed in my introduction that I used 3 words to describe image notes: capture, sketch, and link. And these words really do explain the image notes process. So we'll begin with capture. As I'm sure you're aware, we now have the TS11 and TS15 imaging total stations, which of course have their integrated cameras. So you can use these to take the images that you need for your image notes. And that's what I'm going to do in this example here. I'm just going to enter go to work and then into the survey application and just start making a simple survey by taking a few reflectorless measurements. Now after a few shots, say 4, 5, 6 for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to prove where I took a measurement. So I'm going to go to the camera tab, or I could have clicked on the camera icon at the top of the screen and then press capture to take an image of where the total station is currently aiming. So once you've captured the image, you do get to see a preview of it before you save it. In this example, we're not going to use that preview, so I'm just going to escape back to the live view and continue from there. You can actually do a little more than just take a simple image. You can enter into the camera configuration and make some image and quality settings. Or on the documentation tab, you can actually select to have an image automatically taken with every single measurement you make and linked to the point that you just stored. In fact, you can even select to store the crosshair from the total station onto the captured image. Now, like I said in my initial introduction, you don't actually need an imaging total station to get hold of this image notes functionality. So, what if you don't have an imaging total station? It's not a problem. You just have to capture the initial image in a different way. For example, this video is now showing you the screen of a CS, where I can click on the camera icon and I'm now able to see and capture images from the CS camera rather than just a total station. Here I'm just capturing an image from the roof of the Leica office in Heerbrugg, Switzerland. However, you could use this same functionality to capture an image of a manhole on the ground or perhaps a difficult survey point. What about if you don't want to use a camera at all? Well, again, that's no problem, thanks to our new screenshot functionality. As an example, now I'm going to use the icon toolbar to enter into the data management screen and then page to the map tab so that I can see all the points from my job. And now it's time to take a screenshot. To do that, just hold down the function button and press the decimal point button on your controller and a screenshot of the current screen you're in is taken. Here, I'm taking a screenshot of the points that are on my plot. Another option is to just capture a blank image. You can go into your favorites by clicking the top left hand corner of the screen, and there you've got Sketchpad. If you click that, you go into Sketchpad with a completely blank image saved. Now that the capture stage of our process is complete, it's time to sketch. So, at first you might think, why do we need to make sketches? Well, here on the screen are just a few examples. You could sketch additional information onto an image captured by the total station, for example to identify what has been staked out or make other note of various values. You could sketch pipe directions and depth onto an image of a manhole captured by the CS camera. You could even sketch onto a screenshot of your map view to add additional annotations and information, or you could simply make a sketch on a blank page to record locations of benchmarks relative to nearby objects. Now you've seen why, let's look at how. So to begin with, we need an image. For now I'm just going to go into the CS camera and just capture an image. Once I have the image captured, I can then start to sketch on it. Now, I just need to press the sketch button here and I'm into the sketching mode. Once I'm in the sketching mode, a lot of new options become available to me, such as selecting the line style, the line color, and the line width. We also have an undo button, but I'll show you that in a moment. So for now, I'm just going to start to sketch on the screen here. I'm just going to mark the height of this bollard at 1.8. Oh, in fact, I realise it's 1.6, so I can use the undo button as I mentioned earlier and correct my error of 1.8 by writing 1.6. So sketching really is as easy as that. Hopefully you'll be able to take a go for yourself and you'll see that it is simple, it is easy, and it certainly is useful. Now I imagine you have remembered the third word, capture, sketch, and link. So now it's time to look at linking. So once you have your image and you've finished your sketches, it's time to save it. Again, this is simple. You just press the store button and you ask a question. How do you want to link the image? You can select to link it to the last stored point. You can select to go into the data management to pick a point, line or area to link it to, or you can select to store the image unlinked. Once you've defined the link that you want, the image is stored to the job and that link is really stored as part of the database. Okay, you can review the images stored in your job in data management. Here I'm entering into jobs and data and then the view and edit data option. And there is a images tab, and once I look in there I can see all the images that are in my job, and if I want I can even view and edit them. So here I'm just taking a look at the sketch I did earlier. I'm just going to underline that 1.6 in yellow and then save the changes to my image. In fact, I could even go into the points, lines or areas tab and edit a particular object, and in that object I can then see the images that are linked to that only. So this is a nice way to check all the images that are linked to any particular point ID. In addition to these images being quite easy to find and check inside the software, they're actually very easy to use outside of the software as well. What do I mean by this? Well, when you import into LGO, the images come through as part of your job, so they're still there. When you use the onboard export options to DXF or to XML, you get the images. So for example, when you open your DXF file in AutoCAD, you have links to your images automatically stored. And in fact, even when you use export to ASCII using format files, you can export the images there as well, for example, to go into third-party software such as Google Earth. Well, now that you've seen a little of what we can do with image notes, certainly you can see that they can be used to improve your survey documentation, add to your quality control reports, for example, as proof that you really measured the steep angle shot, or of evidence of what you staked out was really staked out. Or for example, you want to take an image of the difficult part of the survey where it wasn't so clear and you just want to help the CAD processing in the office. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you in this video, so thanks for your attention. I really hope you enjoyed what you saw and can't wait to start using it. Thank you.